Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make a spreadsheet using data from a Word table. We're going to bring it in to an Excel spreadsheet. And then we're going to calculate average and format numbers as dollar amounts and then sort. So I'm going to start here, create a new spreadsheet file and name it SS-3 salary sheet. Okay, so I'm going to go to my Office 365 account and make it a new Excel file, new blank workbook, and I'm going to do a file save as right away and save as again, and I'm going to name it SS3. What was it again? SS3 salary sheet. And I'm going to save to another folder, and I'm going to go find my 7th grade Dream Team folder. And I'm going to click Save. Okay, and I can see it's in the right location and named correctly. So now I'm going to come back over here for my instructions. Open the WP1 team roster table that you previously created. Okay, so to find that, I'm going to go back into my OneDrive. And I'm going to search WP1 and see what comes up. And hopefully your team roster will pop up. Taylor, I'm going to use yours as an example today. So here is Taylor's. And now I've opened that up. So now what do I do next? Copy the column headings and data for players' first name, last name, and position from your team roster table. You'll sort the table later in this activity, so it doesn't matter which table you copy from. So column headings and data, first name, last name, and position. So right here, I'm going to select first name. I'm clicking and dragging last name and position. And I'm going to drag down. Looks like it's still loading. I'm going to click and drag. I'm selecting first name, last name, and position all the way down for all of my players. And then I am going to, right up here in the home tab, here is my clipboard. I'm going to click the down arrow and choose copy. And I'm going to come over to here to my spreadsheet, and in my home tab in my clipboard section, I'm going to click the down arrow by paste, and I'm going to choose paste. And then that brings it in, and it looks kind of funky in here. So I'm going to click off of it, and I'm just going to point here between columns A and B, and I get the double-headed arrow. I'm going to double click or click and drag to make that column bigger. And then I'm going to do the same thing between B and C, and the same thing between C and D, so they're not so funky looking. And notice how my rows are kind of wider. I'm going to try to make them all the same width. I'm going to click on one and drag down to my last row. And then I'm going to point between two rows, like rows 3 and 4, and click and drag. And then when I do that with those rows selected, when I just move one, it changes it so that the row heights are the same for all of the rows I had selected. Okay, so I got that set up. When I come over here, I pasted in there and I adjusted the row heights and column widths. So now, excuse me, I am at number 6. Insert a row above the column headings and enter the title average salary. So here's how you enter a row. Point at the number 1. Actually point at it and then hit point at it and click one time on the number 1 to select the whole first row, and then go to insert, and let's see, oh, that's not there, so let's go home, Oh, right here, cells. So click the Home tab with row 1 selected like this. Click Insert and Insert Sheet Rows. And that puts a whole nother row in. Okay. Oh, average salary I need to type. So I'm going to type that here. And hit enter. And then now it wants me to merge and center A1 across cells A1 to D1 and then bold. Okay. A1 to D1. So here's what you do. You point at in the middle of cell A1, just like I'm doing right here with my pointer, and then click and drag over to D1. They want us to go all the way over to D1, and we need to merge and center and bold. So merge and center is home in the alignment section. Right here is merge and center. If you click the down arrow, we're going to do merge and center. And then we're going to click bold because that's what it told us to do. Okay, so now we're down here, delete the row that contains the coach or the manager. So here's how you delete a row. Let's say this is the coach. I'm going to click on row 3. This is the one I want to get rid of. So I click on 3. I'm at the Home tab. Over here for cells, delete sheet row. Okay, and so we deleted that row, and so now we come over here, and in column D, we're going to enter a salary for each player using the amounts that are relevant to today's salaries in your particular sport. So this is something, you know, you can go look it up if you want to. You don't have to. You can just make it up if you want. So in column, okay, enter the salaries, format column D. So we're going to put, I guess for a column heading, let's put salary like that. And then here's something I'm going to do. I'm going to click on this cell, and then I'm going to go home and do Format Painter and click on that. And then I'm going to notice the paintbrush. Then I'm going to click on salary, that cell. And then it makes the formatting look like the rest, so it's the same. So that's kind of cool. And then now I'm just going to start making up numbers. Okay, so maybe Elise gets 10,000. Brooke, 20. Rain, 30. And then maybe 2,000. And I'm just going to guess for the rest here. I'm just putting in random numbers. See, just real random for the salaries. Okay, so now we got numbers put in for everybody. I just made them all up real random. So format column D to show the $ symbol in 2 decimal places. So here's how you do that. So select the dollar amounts. Point and click at D3 and drag down to the last one, and then home, and then over here is where you can format numbers. Okay, so I'm going to click on the down arrow by the $, and I'm going to choose the English $, and that it formats it and it automatically puts 2 decimals in. If it didn't though, right here is where you can increase and decrease the decimal places. Okay. So 2 decimal places, $, and then sort the spreadsheet alphabetically by position. So right here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to select my column headings and all the information below them. And to sort, I'm going to go home, editing, and right here, sorting and filter. I'm going to click the down arrow. And sorting ascending means going A to Z. Descending is Z to A. I'm going to do it in ascending order. And it did it in ascending order by first name. Okay. So let's see if we can, let's see what happens when we just select position. Sort and filter. Sort ascending. We found some data next to your selection. Do you want to expand what's selected and then sort? Yes, we do. Expand and sort. And there, it did it. Okay. I'm going to do Control Z I'm going to make sure, who was the organizer? Brooke Davies, and then Control Y will redo it. Yep, it looks like everything got switched around along with that. So that's how you can do that. Another way maybe to do that, let's try this. Let's select from first name over to salary, select the information, everything except for the title. And then sort and filter. Let's do a custom sort. And this time, sort by, we want to sort on the position. So choose position. Sort on the cell values in ascending order, and then OK. And that's another way that you can do it also. Okay, so that's how you sort. Then below the last cell that contains data in column C, type average salary. So column C, right below the last cell, right here, type average salary. You might have to make your column a little wider, okay? And then below the last cell that contains data in column D, enter a formula to compute the average salary of all players. Hint, use the average formula. This is real simple in Excel Online. So right here is where we want the average salary to be. We want to add all these up and then divide by the number of players we have to find the average, right? Well, it's really easy to do in Excel. So click where you want your answer to appear. Then in the Home tab, right here is Auto Sum. Click the down arrow. We want to find average. So click that. And then the computer's guessing that you want to calculate the average from D3 to D14. D3 to D14. It's right. But let's say it wasn't right. You can click on the first cell that you wanted to begin averaging, which in this case is D3. Click and drag down to the last one, which is D14. Okay, and then there's the formula, and it does it automatically, and all you have to do is hit enter. And there's the average salary. And when you click here, you see the answer here, but up here in the formula bar, you see the formula. So if you need to adjust it, like let's say you don't want to include the last one, you just want to go to 13, you can do that and see how it leaves out that one. Or you can even do this. If you want to grab the handle and drag it down to include that last one, you can do that and hit enter. And that's how you calculate average. Display the spreadsheet with grid lines. Carefully proofread. Okay, and then submit. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm looking at this. The thing that's really bothering me with this is the initial table still has this border around it, and it's not including column D. So I'm going to do this. If I click here, that selects the entire spreadsheet. And then right here in the Home tab in the font section, here are my borders, and I'm going to click None. There. So now it's all the same. It wants us to print with grid lines, though. So let's go File, Print. Let's see if this will work. Print, Active Sheet. This is all good. Fit all columns on one page. Yes, we want it all to fit on one page. And continue. And this is what it looks like, and I see no grid lines. So let's see if we can come back in here. Let's select all the cells. And this time, well, let's see, View. Maybe it's under View. Nope, maybe we can't do it in Excel Online. I'm not seeing it anywhere. So let's go File, Print again. Print. This time, we're going to print the current selection. Okay, and that's all good. We want it to fit all columns on one page. Continue. And this is what it looks like. Print on both sides. We want to say yes there. Here's more settings. I wonder if they'd be, I doubt it's in there, but we can check it out. Nope. So then just go ahead and click print. Also, hey, I guess I should have said this before you click print. Maybe you should type your name down here first. Okay, then select everything like this, and then print the selection.